What's up guys, Matt from Ask.Audio. I'm here with Frederick from Bitwig and we are checking out the latest update 2.3, right?
Yeah, correct.
Frederick, why don't you tell us what can we expect with that?
So it turned out to be quite a substantial update in the end. We added a couple of interesting new features, some new devices, time stretching algorithms, and I can just run you through a couple of things real quick.
That'd be great.
Yeah?
Yep.
So let's start with the time stretching, and I'm just gonna grab a bunch of random vocals, because I think those work best to demonstrate. So let's move into edit mode, and we walk straight into the time stretching department, and as you can see, we've cleaned up the list a little bit and made it more understandable. We've added some very basic kind of description of the different ones and where they could be useful, and we also added, let's jump into Elastic Pro from ZPlane, which we added.
That's really helpful for your workflow, just looking for the right effect.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see what happens when we go down in the tempo a little bit.
Wow, and no zipper effect or anything when you change the tempo. Exactly.
So this sounds decently natural, but you can also go for the more artistic approach if you like. You'll notice we have full format control, which essentially means that I can tweak how the voice sounds in real time.
Wow. I'm really amazed at how little artifacts there are when you're, I don't hear anything. That's fantastic.
The formats can also be used as expressions, which means that you can,
so you can automate the format control.
Exactly. You can draw curves for great effect.
And this whole interface is very touch sensitive friendly. You kind of want to go out and get a Surface just to run this. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I personally love touch because it's a lot of fun. You can just go in and just grab things.
Brilliant.
It works equally well with mouse and keyboard, of course, if that's your thing. So let's see, let's grab another one. Let's grab this, for instance, just to show you another really fun effect that I personally like. Let's go ahead and use another one. Another mode, which is the Elastic Solo, and let's do some pitch effects. So I'm just gonna draw like a curve of the pitch here. It's fun.
That's awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, it's great this show just to hear like how wacky you can get with it, or
exactly. I mean, some people use this as like an audio effect. If you're morphing sounds, you can turn a voice into a trumpet, or do all sorts of things. Shall we move on to our next big thing?
There's more
in this 2.3 update. Yeah. So we've included a new synthesizer, which we call Phase 4. This draws a lot of inspiration from classic synthesizers like the DX7, CZ series from Casio. It's a phase distortion and phase modulation synthesizer. We call it phase manipulation synthesizer. So after a while you get tired of saying phase modulation and phase distortion synthesizer, Anyways, it's let's see if we can get some decent sound out of this. Let's drag it up a little bit. So it's a 4 oscillator synthesizer, and you can cross modulate the oscillators to great effect.
Wow.
And also introducing the new expanded device view. So, whoops. This
so you can see all your different oscillators and your carrier frequencies.
Yeah, so these are the 4 oscillators, and this gives you like a great insight to how the synthesizer actually works.
Yeah, this is really approachable, even if you're not like a heavy synthesist.
Especially with this type of synthesis, which is really complex and difficult to understand, this is a great thing to have.
Amazing.
So that's just touching the surface a little bit, and I can just show you really quick how the expanded device view looks for other synthesizers that we have. For instance, our Polysynth, which has been around since day one. So let's just grab up the the expanded view. Actually, let's load a preset first. Let's get the atmospheric lead going here. So,
wow, this expanded view is really something.
And it shows you the waveforms, and you can really like get an idea of what's going on with the sound. Again, you can you know, start twisting and
you can manipulate each waveform individually without having to go to different pages. And
exactly.
Stuff.
This window is also detachable, which means that you can have it. You can have several windows.
You have it on a separate monitor?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Wow. So you can do all your synth editing on one screen while you're working with your DAW on the other screen.
Or let's say you're doing mastering, yeah, then you might want to have a
EQ open. Yep.
Yeah, a spectrum analyzer open for the master. Yeah, there are lots of different use cases.
So it seems that you can really pop out a lot from the interface and float it quite easily.
That's correct, yeah. The other big thing that we have to show is voice stacking. So we're introducing voice stacking in a bunch of the synthesizers. Let's see if I can get a decent sound. Okay, sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
So if we open up the device view again, you'll see that we have here a voice stacking. So essentially that means if I increase this number to 3 or 4, for every note I play, it will play 4 voices.
4 instances of that? Oh,
exactly.
Okay.
So I can assign a parameter spread, which means that if I do that on the cutoff, if I do it on the oscillator mix.
So you don't have to open up 4 different instrument tracks and do this. You can just instantly work with all 4 in the same interface.
Yeah, exactly.
That is amazing.
This means you can create really super complicated and rich kind of voices.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And yeah, again, this is just touching the surface quite literally of what this can do. Another feature that was requested a lot is time signature changes. So with 2.3, we're introducing time signature changes in the timeline. It's quite simple. It's just a matter of adding a marker and then start, you know, changing the signature.
That will make a lot of people very happy.
Yes, yes. And as you see, the grid is now updated to kind of mirror that, and you can do snapping as well. Another cool thing is also that we have signature time signatures in clips, which means that you can have different signatures running at the same time parallel.
Okay.
And you can also create a master clip in the master track and set a time signature here. Let's see if I can get the keyboard out a little bit.
So it sounds like you can get some really cool metric modulation going on. Certain clips going out of sync for a while and then coming back into sync when it mathematically makes sense.
Like polyrhythmic experimentation. And now if I launch this clip, let's just run the timeline, and I'll just launch this guy here. You'll see the time signature will change.
Okay.
If I'm recording, this would also insert a time marker at that point. So,
makes sense. Wow, there's a lot of features. When does this drop?
We will get it out by February, end of February.
So really soon.
Yep.
So everyone who's really excited to check out all these new features, the new synth, going to be there really soon. So thanks a lot.
My pleasure.